Okay. Looks like my camera's off. Give me a second here to get that on. Where are you? There you are. Properties, deactivate, reactivate. There we go. We're here. Welcome everybody. Welcome Groversaurus. Welcome Surly Dev. Here's where we are. We're working on this placeholder. We're working on this card generator here. Some examples of some of the cards we've got out here. We've got hue shift now working, so I can grab a layer, for example, the gem layer here or the veins layer, change that hue shift on the layer, go to the plaque, increase the contrast, kind of give it a cool look there. As well, I can move pieces around if I want to, so I can do that kind of thing. I can reset them. I can scale them. The scaling is all scaling from the upper left corner. And I think the first thing I want to do is change that so it scales from the center of the image or from an anchor point that I specify. That's kind of what I think I want to do. I also want to that was my show. Hello? What happened to my show? Oh, okay. There's Pudding. It's all right. Pudding's here. What do I want to do? Let's go over to our spec over here in PowerPoint. I kind of want to do this. I want to have these icons here, I think. When it's visible, I think I want this. And when it's not visible, I think I just want something maybe like that a little bit. Let's change the fill. Change the outline. And maybe how are we going to indicate that we don't have any vision here? Like that? Maybe like that. That's kind of like a closed eye. I kind of like that. I'm not a fan of PowerPoint's inability to let me zoom in even closer. Here. Yeah, I think I'm going to make this kind of like that is what I think I'm going to do. I think I've got just a group right here. Yeah, let's ungroup that. Okay, since it's not letting me zoom in anymore, I'm going to instead grab all of these and I'm going to just increase them like this. So we can work on this. Let's cut this, go into a blank page. All right, now ungroup. Creating the icon for when it's not visible. Something like that. I'm going to take this and get it right in there. So this and this, and I want to merge those two together like that. Then I want to take Then I want to take these two and get just what's in between them, like that. There we go. Bring that up a bit. This is going to be my icon. That's going to be my icon for not visible. I close. That's what I'm going to do. So something like that. All right, there's my not visible icon. Cool. Let's copy that. Come back over here. Nope. Thought I copied it. There we go. A little bit like a clam. All right. There we go right there. You want to talk in mirror mode? Yeah, don't talk in mirror mode. Oh, brother. Don't talk in mirror mode. Okay, so when it's visible, it'll look like this. When it's not visible, it'll look like that. A little bit like an eye close. Bring that up just a little bit. Okay, cool. So maybe let's work on this first, whether it's visible or not. So we want to go over to our, I think it's LB card layers. There it is right there. Oh, we don't have we just have a list of items in here. We don't have an item template. Let's copy one of these here. Oh, I do like this idea of having this is dirty indicator here. I bet this works just like that already. If we switch over to the app, almost. What's our binding here? To here, it's binding to the name. Card image layer. No. Is that right? Maybe it is right. Layer name. See if that solves it. There you go. Cool. So now let's do a save and see if the asterisks work here. So let's save. Okay. Oh, the save did not clear those. Okay, so let's go fix that. Card layer, where is this added? The card layer manager. Okay. So down here we got the save. We go to card data save. I think this is where we want to hook in and set all those to false. So let's one more time do a save. And let's go in here, card layer manager dot just saved. Data has been saved. Oh, there's no is dirty in here. Is that in, where is that in details? Wait. I don't have an is dirty in here? I thought I did in card image layer. It's a dependency object is what it is. So how am I dealing with whether it's dirty or not? not even used inside of here. So when we make a change to the layer, we then call onPropertyChanged. And we go to whoever's hooking to this event right here. I can't easily find who's doing that unless I do a, let's see if we can do a final references on that. Nothing in here, nothing in there, nothing in there, nothing in there that we're interested in. So it's one of these up here. Is it layer details? I think it might be this one right here. Let's see what layer details is. That's a type of layer details though. That's different. Huh. I'm actually not seeing anybody hook that event. Let's try one more thing. Let's comment this out. Let's go find the property changed. This one. Now let's do tab the next reference on it. No one's listening. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to back out of this for now. We'll give it a try. No one ever listens? Why is no one listening? No one's listening? Sorry about that. Turn up the volume a little bit if you want. All right, let's do this. We're going to instead go with what I wanted to go with, which was the visibility piece of it. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go into, let's go to layer name here. And let's create, I think, 2 new properties. Is visible. And another one I'm going to call is hidden, because I don't really know how to do the opposite Boolean kind of thing in terms of the binding, which is what I want to do. And then should I just add code to toggle these 2 together? I'm kind of feeling like I need to do that. Oh wait, I know why nobody's calling it, because it's the XAML is kicking into it and getting it. That's why. Okay, so it's going to look like that at the end here. It's going to look like that. Something a little bit like this, but we'll swap those two sides here. And then we're going to trigger the is visible one. Okay. Next. Something else we have to do. We have to go find that layer. When that toggles, we have to find it and hide it, is what we need to do. What's going on with width? Anybody's using that? No one's using that? Let's drop a marker there so when we're not done debugging, we can we don't need this anymore either. All right, let's do this. Let's create a new group here for Code versus Code Map to track this for me. So we're going to call this layer visibility. Like that. So I've got my is visible there, added there. What's going on in details here? Details dot. Yeah, I think if we just go with this alone, let's get the UI working first, and then we're going to, and then we'll actually have it turn the layers on and off. So this next side over here is going to be something different. It's not quite this. We're going to have the layer name, then we're going to have the indicator as to whether it's visible or not. I'm going to copy this to the clipboard, come over here, paste it in. I have to manually format it because Visual Studio's formatter doesn't work during edit and continue. So there's my view box there. I should probably set its height and width. We like a width of maybe 25 and a height of 25. And let's just see if we can see that. Oh, we're in a breakpoint. Okay, so cool. So we're kind of getting closer. Let's modify this a little bit. Change it to 20 and 20. Better. I want this off to the right, so instead of using a stack panel, I'm going to use a grid. I've sometimes seen issues with swapping this out right here. So I want a grid that's like a, it's going to be 2 columns by 1 row. And I'm not going to give it a name. And I think I'm not going to give it any dimensions just yet. Now let's put these 2 pieces in here. We're going to want to put this one over here at column, well, that's column 0. This is going to be at column 1. So that means C1 right there. Coder will generate the rest of that. And now let's look at that. Oh, I see. The width. Yeah, I think I don't want to use a grid. I want to use a what's it called? I forget what it's called. I'm totally blanking out on this. It's a panel descendant, not a view box. Something panel. Dock panel. I think that's what I want. There. Now this one is, instead of being in grid column 1, this is going to be, is it just enough to say horizontal alignment is equal to the right? Let's see what happens. It's dock. No, it's not there. It's a dock position, isn't it? Dock equals right. Did you get it for me? Dock panel. Thanks, Coding Gorilla. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Looks like I gotta restart one of my apps. It's disconnected. Do we have, hold on, let me just restart it here because it alerts me to when, with the audio, when messages go into the chat room. This is a test. There we go. There's my audio alert. Okay, cool. That didn't seem to work. Got a dock panel right. Do I need to dock panel this to the left? I don't even understand this. Oh, it's getting the I bet if I set the width here to something, it'll work. Why aren't these lined up? Maybe I gotta dock this explicitly to the left here. Maybe that's what's going on. Let's see if that helps at all. No. Am I back to a grid with hard-coded values? Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. If you guys have any suggestions, Coding Gorilla, Pudding. All right, let's do this. Go back to grid with hard-coded width settings. So back to a grid 1x2, and I'm not going to do anything with the height. Whoops, sorry. And the width is going to be like, we'll do 200 with that. I totally get this wrong. Hold on. It was my problem that I said 1x2. G1x2. Is it G2x1 is what I wanted. That's what I'm looking for right there. Okay. Height is auto. Width is going to be, we'll say 240. Whoops, 240. First width is going to be about 200. And the rest will be auto. Then pop this back in. This is coming in at column 1. What do we got now? Better. First column to be star. I'm worried about that in data template. Well, did that work? What I'd love is to be able to turn this to auto and have it just figure out the size I need. No, that definitely didn't work. Okay, so about 180, 140, 110, 120, 130, and then the list box width is going to be 150. Get this width just right. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, next let's do a binding here to this. Close that down. We're going to do a binding to the view box that's similar to the text box binding, which looks like I lost it here. That's okay, not too worried about that. Use Tab2Nix reference inside on the items itself, which is a real nice code rush. extension of that feature. I just wanted to grab this bit right here, visibility, piece there, come back, and now give that to my view box. But instead of going to is dirty, I want to go to is visible, like that. And is visible is turned out by initialize to false, so everything goes away. Let's create another view box. Coming back over here, getting this guy, copy that, come back in here, let's paste it in, do the formatting, because you know, for some reason they can't format. All right, let's close this down, and now let's grab this, paste it, and we're going to change this to is hidden. And I think that's it. And let's see, we should see all those over in the app. We don't see any of them. Oh, is hidden, both are initialized to false. Okay. Let's go, let's go initialize these at some point. Find our constructor here. Actually, let's do this. Let's get it right on the field. Oh, but yeah, no, I can't do that. Let's go back to where we were. Set a breakpoint here. Click on another card. Oh, guess I have to add a card. I'm not getting into the card image layer constructor. Is there a second one? All right, I guess I'm going to shut down and restart it here. I'm going to set this equal true here. Somewhere in here I've got a property called width, a field that I'm apparently not using, and then we also have some code that we added during edit and continue. Database has been saved. We don't need this anymore, it looks like, so we're not storing those changes down below. They're just happening up above with the card. Yeah, that actually makes sense. I'm okay with that. I'm just rethinking the design, realizing that. Okay, so we've got visibility now. Well, if we run it, let's, I guess, test that, do a quick run, and we'll test it, make sure that we're seeing the second icon there. Or we're seeing the first one, actually. We should be seeing the first one to show that they're all visible, because we're initializing that to true. Yeah, so they're all visible. All right, next, I want to be able to get a click on that thing and change visibility. So let's go back over here. All right, let's do this. We need a breakpoint. I'm going to drop a marker here, and let's go find a place where we can get a breakpoint. How about on the save right there? So I'm going to hit the key to save. And we're at a breakpoint. Now I'm going to come over here and add my mouse down. Mouse, do I have a click on here? Maybe should I get the click? I don't. So we're going to do a mouse down like that. And we're going to rename this to toggle visibility I think we can just have one to do that and do the same thing here. Now the trick is we need to go from this UI element to the data context of it. So we got to go find the data context of this, which is going to be if I'm getting this whole thing correctly, it's going to be my card image layer. If I'm remembering all the right classes and things like that. We're kind of getting to a point of complexity here where I'm starting to lose track of all the pieces. So let's see if we can do that. Let's go down into the mouse down. So breakpoint here. Let's continue running, and let's see if we can get that mouse down again. Okay, cool. So we get the mouse down. We need to find the context from this thing. Let's run it and let's go ask the internet. How do we get? WPF C# get the data context from a parent of a UI element. Something like that. That's what I'm looking for. That's not what I want. I want to do the code. Data context. I was looking for something a little more complete than just instructions to walk through the tree. I wonder if I could just ask for the data context, if it's just going to get it from the parent. That might happen. Let's see what happens if I ask for that. Let's set the trigger the breakpoint. Sender data context is there.
Michael Jolly is in the house.
Michael Jolly. Check out what I'm working on. Be sure to ask politely, not just give me a context, yo. Look what I'm working on, my friend. I grabbed this from your Twitch page, and I built this. You know why I built that? Because I'm going to fix your fanfare. And I love this icon, by the way. This icon is gorgeous. I don't know if you designed this or if you had somebody else do it, but I love it. I got the vector right here, man. I did it. I built it from scratch last night while after the Dragon Number show. While we were all chatting, I was like doing this just, inspired. So that is the vector right there. But yeah, thanks for that. Unless you want to send me a different one. This is based on low res. So if you want to send me something better, you got a better one, send it to me. So no more. No. We're still going to do the kidlims, but somewhere at the end, I'm going to do this. That's kind of what I was thinking. The kidlims are classic, man. We have to do that. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I love the icon. I want to say again, did you design this or did somebody else? Designer make one, and I modified it into that. Yeah, it's really good. This is beautiful right here. The braces for the beard and the mustache. I love it. Yeah, the whole thing is great. It's great. Anyway, that's coming in the future sometime. You're gonna get that. Everybody's confused when bald bearded builder comes in and says the Michael Jolly. Everybody's like, "What are you, Mark? Just a jerk? You don't like people? You change their names." Okay. So let's see. This is cool. Our data context is exactly what we want it to be. All right. So let's come in here and let's do this. Let's say, hey, look, if sender is a view box, it's kind of what we're looking for. View box. Then we're going to do this. Actually, maybe. All right. I want to do Then I want to say viewbox dot data context. I love that. And now in here, we're going to do something cool. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but let's kind of get down here. We're going to kind of change its visibility. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to say card image layer dot is visible is equal to card image layer not is visible. And just doing that should get this thing to kind of at least toggle the eyes. Yeah, there you go. Sweet. All right, that's kind of cool. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm a fan of it. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's not, I have to click inside the eye for it to see the click. Here it's not getting it. Got to move right up into that eye to see it. I could change that a little bit, I think, but it's not too bad. I'm okay with it. All right, cool. Next, let's fix the visibility. So now we've got the visibility here. We've got the card image layer. The card image layer, does it have access? I don't think it has access to the actual image that it built. That's what I think. Card image layer. Let's go drill in here a second. I think there's a create image in here. There it is. We're not saving or storing this. I think we need to fix that. Let me come over here, and then let's do this. Let's say I think I just want to do this. I'm going to make it private. We're going to do that. That's what we're going to do. Then what I want to do is in here, instead of breaking here and here, and I want to modify that image. You get it. I think we're almost done with this. Okay, so run. Now what I want to do is say, hey, image, image.visibility. If image is not null and is visible, then image.visibility is equal to visibility.visible. Else, well, I kind of got to do this in 2 steps. And I really need to put this in its own method here. Set image visibility. Dot. And I need to call this from is hidden as well, right down in here. Okay. Okay. And here we need to break this, split the conditional up. And then we're going to say if it's visible, else we're going to say visibility is visibility dot collapsed. Run. I think this is going to work. Okay, so let's see. There's the gem on off. Sweet. There's the ornate layer, taking that off, and you're just seeing behind it to the frame. We turn off the frame, turn off the placeholder. There's our background. There's the plaque. There's the gem. Sweet. So we can look at each piece individually. Nice. I like it. I think I also want to do, a control click on something. That if I control click it, all the others go closed, but it stays open. It's like a view only this layer. I think I want to add that next. That's nice though. There's the mouse down. So breakpoint here. Let's control click on it. If control key down, then we're going to say hide all layers except card layer. Otherwise, we're going to toggle visibility right there. I almost think this is better. Hold on. This is better with just doing a single method here called toggle visibility. Excuse me. Simplifies that code, makes that easier to read. Okay. Hide all layers except. I need to do this, and somewhere I think I've got a layer manager. Looks like it's, hold on. There it is, card layer manager. Okay, so card layer manager dot card layers. We want to do a for each here. We want to say, hey, if card image layer card image layer is equal to not this one, then we want to say this dot is visible is equal to true. Otherwise, we're going to set that equal to false. And I'm going to use code rush to flatten that conditional and remove those block layers. I mean those blocks right there. Sorry, remove the block braces. And I think that's got a shot at working. So let's try it again. Yeah, it looks like it worked. Control click, just as always. Now I need a way to get them all back on at once here. Once I've turned one up, I need a what if I control shift click to do that? I'm playing with that idea. I think I'm going to do that. It's another breakpoint down here. Control shift to click. We want to get a show all layers except this actually is now it's occurring to me. This needs to be in card layer manager. Card layer manager dot hide all layers except. That's what that needs to be there. Let's get rid of this. So let's just take this. Okay, make that public. Let's get a, let's duplicate that, and we're going to say show all layers except, and we're going to say is hidden. Okay, and then we finally return, whoops, back to where we were. And now I'm going to do one more. If now the shift key is down, then we're going to do show all layers except. But I think I want to pass in null, which is effectively going to be a show all layers. In fact, maybe I just want to just come in and say show all layers. Let's declare that. Show all layers, and so it's going to call show all layers except but pass in null. Okay, otherwise, we're doing that. All right, let's run it. See what happens now. What's my problem? Deleting a method. All right, I got a problem with the main. What is that? I'm going to try again. It succeeded. That's a relief. That's a really weird error. I'm not sure what was going on with that. Okay, so now control click to just isolate and see only that one. So we see the individual pieces, and then control shift click shows them all. All right, I'm okay with that. It's a little bit non-standard because, you know, in light of multi-select, but it's not bad. And it's cool because it allows you to, you know, kind of quickly just kind of go to one and then undo it. And very quickly. I like that. Okay, now speaking of which, I was noticing a problem on one of these images, a really weird problem, where if I took the frame and I adjusted the contrast, watch what happens to placeholder. Placeholder gets all weird, and I don't understand why. Notice this doesn't happen anywhere else with any other layers. If I'm over here and I'm on the cover, and I adjust contrast to the cover, there I am modifying it back and forth, no big deal. And placeholder still, we solidly see it through the hole in the middle. But in this one, oh, look at this. It's not showing even though contrast is adjusted. Oh wait, that's because of gem. Hold on, back to frame. Yeah, frame's not modified. Yeah, as soon as I modify frame, and I've gone in and I've selected and I've deleted because I'm thinking maybe there's something there. It feels like it's modifying this. And I don't know why. But there you can see what's going on there. You can see it in the background here. When we go back to frame, clear it. It's definitely affecting the layers behind it. And we can't really see it when I've got a white background here. I think I can change my background color up here. These are probably going to go a little crazy in terms of the look. But here now we can see the impact of it just here. There's something about this layer. I wonder if it has something to do with like maybe color depth. Or something like that. Let's open up this. Let's see what's going on here. Image. So it's 8 bits per channel. Let's just try increasing the color depth to 16. Let's close the app. Let's save again. Let's run the app. Here, it's this guy. Yeah. It's not color depth. Just to be clear, look at every other one. Totally fine. No modification there. There's something very interesting about the data in this guy right here, where I can't adjust contrast. Can I adjust lightness? Same problem with lightness. Look what it does here. Even if I go dark, this outer area goes bright like this. So there's something weird about this file format. All right, let's try it. That's my theory. Let's try one more idea here. Let's open up a neighboring piece here, like plaque. let's come over here, select all this copy, paste it into Plaque, but save it back out as frame. What's that a second? Save as. Frame. Any chance that'll work? Roy should be joining us in a few minutes. Infinite stones, frame. That fixed it. Holy cow. So something in the data for that file, not sure what it is. That's a cool look there, by the way. All right, let's go back, change the background back to white. Yeah, I like that. I like that to the point that I'm going to save it because I think it's cool. Okay, so cool. We've got the ability to show these, to show all of these layers, to isolate them. I think the next step is to work with the optional pieces. Inside Witchcraft, I have folders called Shared Back Layer Adornments and Shared Top Layer Adornments. Inside Top Layer Adornments, I have like 4 bookmarks. They all start with the same text and a dash, the word bookmark. Then I have corner, dash. And then I have left side, skeleton. The idea is that these are kind of going to show up as options like radio buttons. It's just now occurring to me though. I want to crop these out. I want to crop them because I don't want them to take up so much space. Maybe I want to think about cropping before I write this. Give me a second on this, whether I want to do this now or not. The other piece I want to look at is anchoring. So for example, the gem, when we scale it, it's anchored to the upper left of the entire image, which is the same size. Gosh, this cropping, I think we may want to do some cropping here. I've got an image cropper. I'm about to write a new tool to help with this tool. Let me show you what I'm thinking about. Inside Witchcraft, I've got various placeholders. Placeholder, the important thing about this placeholder is that it reveals its anchor or its upper left point of where it belongs in the file name itself. So it says this is going to be at X position 58 and at Y position 78. The dimensions of it tell it how big it is. But with that information, it then offsets the X and Y as it loads. So then, for example, if you look back at the app, the placeholder, if we look only at the placeholder, there you can see it's only actually this bit here. If I scale it, we should see it scaling from this upper left position here. Yeah, see what's happening? The upper left. So what I'm thinking is if I want to create, let's go back over here. If I want to create buttons that show these bookmarks, I don't want to show just a tiny little bookmark. I want to see the whole thing scaled up big as a radio button is what I want to do, so I can choose which bookmark I want to have for that particular adornment, right? So which bookmark or nothing at all. That's what I want. But to get that, I'm going to need I'm going to need to crop these down and remove. Wow, I'm really going to go off build a tool for the tool. Well, I think the answer is yes, it's inevitable. So I will do that. Now the question is, when do I do that? I'm going to say we'll do it later. All right, so we're going to work on loading up the shared top layer adornments. That's what we're going to do. All right, so let's work on that. Let's go figure that out. What happens when we do a load? All right, load new style. We'll add a new group over here, CardMaker. Load card style. All right. All right, so right about here is where we get all the files in that particular assets folder. We create all the card layers. I want to now look at Dylan Beatty rating with a party of 12. Thank you, Dylan. We appreciate that. I have no idea what's happening on this show. Ortonamo says, hell yes, you can thank Surly Deb for that, says Dylan Beatty. That's awesome. Welcome, everybody. Glad you're here. We're working in WPF, C#. We're creating essentially an image editor. It's kind of what we're creating. A very dedicated special purpose image editor for creating cards for a service called Streamloops, which allows players, or viewers rather, to play cards and to affect the game. That's what's going on there. Fred says that was a dance party. And so this is kind of what it looks like here. We've got different layers here. We can turn layers off, turn the visibility on and off. We can change the scaling or the positioning of a particular item if we want to do that. Like I said, it's a very, very dedicated, image editor. Like that. There we go. Let's go reset the gem. There it is right there. So it gives you kind of a sense of what the of what we have going on here. We have the ability to take a particular layer, looks like the plaque's turned off. There's the plaque right there. Do hue shifting on an individual layer. Let's go take the gem. Do the same thing there. We can hue shift it. We can drop saturation, bring it up. That's kind of where we are right now. And Surly selling you in the chat room how to control the drones. And you can also control that guy right there. If you want, drop some seeds. You can just decide what planets are here. That impacts the speed at which things drop. Yeah, so we basically on the show we're doing TypeScript and C#. We've been C# for a while. And we're probably going to stay with C# for just a few more days for sure before we jump back down into TypeScript. I have expertise in good design, so if you have design questions, you can ask those. And well, glad you're here. All right, so if I come in and change this style, we're going to get over here, and here's our get files right here. This, then we come in and add the files like this. This is going to take some, I think, a little bit of a change to the architecture, what we're about to do. What we're about to do is we're going to now look at this folder called Shared Top Layer Adornments. We're going to open up the files here. Everything that starts with the same text up to a dash is going to be grouped together as an OR choice. Okay? And so we should expect to see 3 layers come out of this. One for bookmark, one for the corner, and one for the left side. That's what we're expecting to see. 3 of those come in there. So we need to get the files on that. I think what I want to do who's that? Someone's knocking at our door. Who could that be?
Hello,
Is that Rory?
it's me.
It's
How are
Rory
you?
from the UK, everybody. I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad at all.
Rory's calling
Nearing
in.
the end of the week.
Nearing the end of the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some nice flowers planted here by Surly Dev. We just
You
got
do.
a raid not too long ago.
Excellent.
Yeah, so just happy everybody's here. That was from Dylan Beatty. Thanks for that. Appreciate the raid.
Dylan, excellent stuff.
Yeah, and so
I know Dylan.
I am now at the point here, Rory, where I am about to now start loading in files from another location that are going to be shared background files.
Cool.
And foreground layers, shared background layers and shared foreground layers that are shared among all subsets of a particular layout. So Witchcraft has like 4 specific layouts: common, epic, legendary, and rare. But then it's got additional optional back layer or front layer adornments. And so I'm about to load those. I think what I'm going to do is this. I think I'm going to start with this block right here. I'm going to extract this into its own method. Let's turn that off. That looked a little weird. And we're going to call this add core layers. Is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do first. What is going on with this
There is some
breakpoint?
strange UI going on there.
Let's see if I can call set next statement up there. All right, that's a little bit better. I did this while I'm doing edit and continue, you know.
You like torturing Studio, don't you?
I do. Let's see. I want to go in. I basically want to, before I add the core layers, I want to say add the background layers. I want to call that. And then I want to add the foreground layers. If I'm getting my Z ordering correct here.
Okay.
These don't exist yet, but we're going to make them exist. Something's going on here. Here's the PNG file. Yeah, this is what's going to need to change for the next part. So we're going to need a sense of sharing. That's what we're going to need to do. I haven't architected this yet out in my mind. I'm not sure how to do this yet. Let's duplicate it for now, and we're come in and say add background layers, and then we're going to also do one more duplication of this. Call it add foreground layers.
Let me see if I understand your definition of shared. Are you talking about assets that up until this point have either been foreground or background, but now could appear on either?
Shared is kind of meaning I don't want to copy these to these other folders. I don't want to copy these for every folder inside of here. In other words, for every variation on this style, every single one of these is essentially a book.
Right. So normally a common card would only use things that are in the common folder, and similarly Epic and Legendary would look in their own folders.
Right.
But what you want is for the things that are in the shared folders to be equally available to all of those.
All of these, right. So this is, I've put them out here. So the idea is when we come in with a path, we're going to need to go back up one and then go forward to see if one of these folders exist. And if
Yes.
they do, then we're going to load them up. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to set a breakpoint here and set a breakpoint over here. Campbell's in the chat room. Hey, Campbell. How's it
Hey,
going?
Campbell.
Campbell
Says he can't wait for the Kids Code show. Don't blame him.
Yeah, Campbell helps out on a show called Kids Code with the opening titles look like this. Whoops. That's the opening titles for Kids Code. It's pretty cool. It's not bad. And we do that on, the show's actually pretty good, I think. We're building some really cool stuff in C# and Unity. That's tomorrow and Saturday, that show airs. And Campbell is, I think we hear he's around 10 years old. And he assists on that show, and he learns how to code. Rory's our hero. I just said that. Yeah, Rory is our hero. Okay, so let's go back, and we have background layers and foreground layers. Let's set a breakpoint here and run. Okay, background layer. So just to refresh our memory, we want to go back one and then check to see if this folder is available. Right there. So we're going to say. Path manipulation on it. Let's do this, say background folder name is equal to that. And then we're going to say style path. We're going to go up one, so we're going to say style path is equal to is it path dot get directory name of style path, I think, and or let's call this, create a new string here. Let's call this base. Why are you still here? What do you mean? Why are you still here, Fred? Base path. Those shows on Friday and Saturday are much better. Really?
Ooh,
Really, Fred?
Them's fighting words.
Fred, control yourself, Fred. Fred, I'm pointing right at you, Fred. Where's that dude with the good hair? Really? Really? That's me. I'm the dude with good hair. Okay, so we're gonna say base path is equal to path directory name. I think we need a disambiguation here. System.io .path. All right, let's now see what happens here. Get that correct base path. Witchcraft. Cool. Then we're going to say. Then we want to say back folder is equal to system.io path dot combine. We want to do the base path with the background folder name. I don't know much about it. That's true. I don't know anything about code, says Fred. Come on, Fred. Fred knows something about code. Fred? What should we do with this code, Fred? I think that's a bug. Bugs. Nice, Fred. Fred likes bugs. Okay, so now we've got the back folder. Did we get it or not? I'm hovering over it, but I'm seeing nothing. Maybe we didn't execute that line of code because I got distracted and played. All right, there we go. Shared back layer. Now we want to check to see if the directory exists. So now I want to say, hey, look, if not directory, is there a dot exists on this?
There is.
Oh, I got to do combine on the assets folder with that style path right here. Can I do a 3-layer combine here?
I don't know.
Let's see if I can.
I suspect you can.
Yeah, okay. I don't want this. Let's go back. Second statement. Looks like I can't. So now, back folders.
There we go.
Graph, shared back layer dormants. Cool. If we don't exist, then let's get out. That. So we'll come back over here. Cool. So we exist. Next. Now with the folder, we want to grab the PNG files. Like that.
Yep.
And we've got some PNG files. One, oh, the leaf is there because it's in the back. Okay, that's fine. The PNG files, layer. Here's where things get tricky. Right now, since we've only got the leaf data to work with, I'm going to do this. I'm going to extract this method out. I'm going to call this add shared layer. Is that fair to say? Do I want to do this? So basically what's going on in my mind, Rory, is what am I going to do when I see a dash in the name? What I've decided, my convention is when I see a dash is you get to choose.
Okay, yeah.
It's well, this image or that image for that layer. So it's going to come in as one layer, but a choice of 4 different images.
Sure,
Okay.
yeah.
Or in this case, or 2 different.
So you can have one bookmark and one corner and one left side, but you have to choose only one from within each of those groups.
Yes. Yes.
Or none, essentially.
Yeah. And so I'd have one bookmark, one corner, and one left side, just like you said. So, but I'm thinking, why not allow that as well, even in here? I didn't need it here, but why not? So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to make it so I think this code, this add shared layer right here, I think I'm going to rename it just to add layer. And I'm going to put it up in all of these. Add layer. And then in foreground as well, add layer. Let's fix foreground so it's got all this code in it, essentially like this. And who are you talking about eating? Who tastes like chicken? Zephyr? Come on, guys. Be nice to Zephyr. Did I miss something? I missed this. There we go, right there. Like that. Switch back folder to foreground folder. Switch background folder name to foreground. I can do this code. After all, these 2 swivelly eyes, I see sharp. Okay. That's clever. All right, foreground. And I think this is called front. Shared top layer dormants. Okay. Yeah, you can see me later, Rory. I mean, Surly. And I'll teach you how to make that funny. Add layer. And add layer. That. Come in here. Let's take this and move it up. But now I want to change add layer a bit. I want to make add layer so that it checks to see. Actually, we've got an add. We could do it right here. Let's do this. Let's set the breakpoint here. Card layer coming in. We have the name. It's only leaf. So in details, The name is just Leaf. I'm not understanding that. Oh, it is just Leaf there. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm looking for something more interesting here. This is background. Placeholder, cover, pages, vines, leaves, gem, plaque ends, and now, okay, we're in the foreground part. Are we gonna get there? Yes, sweet. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is, where's that name bookmark? It's just in the name of the details, is that right? Name bookmark dash embossed, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I think I want to do. I want to say, hey, look, if cardlayer.details.name.index of dash is greater than 0, then I want to do something special.
Sure.
So let's get there first. Okay, so we're here now. I think what we want to do is get the first name. We're going to do this. We'll say the main first name, I guess. First name.
So like a category.
So this dot everything before. Shoot. I really like everything before, so I'm going to come in and use D&D core, which has that extension method in it for strings. We say everything before. What did you say, Rory? Say that again.
I was thinking maybe as a category is the thing you're thinking of in terms of how to label that first piece.
Yeah, okay. I like it. I'll take it. I wasn't a fan of that. Everything before, and then we're going to trim. Okay. So that is going to extract that to its own method called get category. Fine, sweet, like that. So now we've got the category of it. Now we want to check to see if any card layer already has that category in it.
Okay.
Which means card image layer, I think, needs a string property called category. I think that's what it means. Which normally will be empty, but we're going to, we'll see if we can, card image layer, existing layer is equal to get layer from for category. And we're going to pass in category. That. Let's declare that. And that's going to be coming from our card layers. We need a first or default. And it's going to be, we're looking for category equals category. Like that. Well, I guess we just return that actually. Okay, get layer for category is going to do that. Now, if not null, we're going to do something special. Otherwise, we're just going to drop through and add the card image layer. Oh wait, we have to do this. Card image layer dot category is equal to category. Like that. That's important. So now we need a breakpoint here for the second time we get one of these. What do we do with the second one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got a breakpoint I'm running. Okay. So, add background layers. We can clear this breakpoint, clear that breakpoint. Okay, so now we're at a point where we're on embossed tail. I'm expecting that to be the second image. Oh, it's the first one here in the list, but maybe it just grabbed them in a different order. At any rate, we've now got an... oh, no, the existing layer is embossed tail. This one coming in is point tail. Thanks. You
so
saw
that
it.
is the second, yeah.
Yeah, you saw it, Rory. All right, cool. Good. That's what I was expecting. So now what I want to do is I want to say existing layer dot add alternative. Add alternate. And I want to pass in the card image layer. And I want to say return from there. That's what I think I want to do. And now let's declare this method here. And I want to create a new list of these card image layers called alternate. That. And I should probably do this. And then say if it's null, then we're going to create it, and then we're going to say this dot add card image layer. Okay, I think that's going to load. Let's see if that loads and we see at least the additional at least one. What's my problem? Adding a using directive. I'm going to kill it and rerun. That's what I do. Okay, so there's add alternate. I'm going to run past this. Okay. It looks like, what's weird is these are on top, but they're in the wrong order here. The leaf is on the bottom, background, bookmark, embossed, the bookmark down the bottom right there, corner hand, skeleton, placeholder. Yeah, the placeholder cover the gem. What's interesting is the background is here. And then the bookmark gets loaded above that. It's like I've got the wrong order in the code. I wasn't aware that I did that, but maybe I thought that I add the background layers, then the core layers, then the foreground layers. Then I add the layers to the canvas.
Background layers, core layers, foreground layers. Good so far.
Yeah, so I'm not understanding these background layers. There's the background layers right there. Core layers, that gets everything in the assets folder. Foreground layers.
Seems okay.
Sort by layer index. That's the problem.
There you go.
All right, so let's do this. In my background layers, does add layer return the layer? It does not. Let's have it return the layer. All right, we're going to kill the app here. We're going to make some changes to this. We're going to say return the layer. Dot. And now in the background layer, we're going to say dot, what is it, index. Since it's the background, I'm going to say minus equals 100. Okay?
Yep.
And then for the foreground layers, I'm going to say plus equals 100. I think that'll fix it.
So you're effectively, I won't say namespacing, but you're allocating sort of zones of index amongst the different layers of images.
That's what I'm doing. All right, so now we have background, placeholder, cover, pages, themes, plaque for features in the back, gems, and then we've got the bookmark stuff on top. Sweet, like that. All right, cool. So next, I kind of want to change left side dash whatever, or corner dash hand to just be left side corner and bookmark. That's what I'm looking for next. Okay, so let's go figure that out. That's going to be let's go back into, I'm just going to tap into reference to find out what it is here. Add layer. Here it's in the add call. Add that over there in my favorite group so that we can find this more quickly next time. I think what I want to do is I want to say layer dot details dot name. I think I could change the name. Maybe we'll create something new called display name, and it's going to be yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Details dot name dot everything for the dash, and then we're going to dot trim that. Got a lot of stuff on here because we need like a breakpoint to get this change to go. Let's pick something new. Let's go declare display name. I said it was going to be auto implemented, but I think I'm going to make it property changed. And then I think in my setter for name, I think I want something here that says, hey, if is no longer empty, is no longer white space, display name, then I'm going to say display name is open. Like that. And I think I'm going to run it. And run it. Okay, let's try one more time. Is that going to be changing? Oh, we need to get the layers so they're showing display name property instead. So let's see, that's in LB large layers, I think. There it is right there. Finding path instead of layer name. Hey, what's layer name? Okay, layer name's okay, but I don't want layer name. I want to use display name. Display name's in details. I think. About that, oriented properly here. There we go. I'm just going to do this. That's what I think I'm going to do. Just like that to wrap it. So we get the I notify property change handler for it in the card image layer. Need to change this to display name. Like that. Good. Left side, corner, bookmark, sweet. All right.
Nice.
Getting closer. The leaf in the background, right? Okay.
Yep.
Next, we need to decide. We need a way to pick which one of those images you're going to go with.
Indeed.
And I think it's going to look. I think the UI. I kind of want to put it right here. I'm questioning it. Like ultimately, I want the corner options to be listed here, and I just click on them, right? Instead of clicking here and then moving down and going back and forth, like it's a lot.
So you want a
more
kind
work.
of an embedded drop down?
No, I want embedded radio buttons. Is what I think I want.
Okay, that's going to make it quite wide though.
Yep.
Unless you're talking child items of corner, sort of indented slightly.
No, I want. So this is corner. I want
Yeah.
this scaled down to fit into a square right here.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking about. And so we just click the image we want, and it picks it.
What's the maximum number of alternatives that you've got?
Well, no real limit, but I've got 4 bookmarks. Down here, I've got
Okay.
4 different bookmark styles.
So you're going to have space for 4 different squares in there to sort of graphically show, which
Yeah.
of the alternatives you're picking.
I think it means widening this,
Yep.
right? But the cool thing is, the cool thing is that from a UI standpoint, it's all right there.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I'm anticipating more of those or not. The other option, though, is when there's a choice, to list the choices down here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can just pick those choices. I think I'm going to do this one now because from a design standpoint, it's more scalable and it's a little easier to do. So I'm going to create a second list box down underneath here. And I think I'm going to do that now. Although I'm realizing I need a list of these choices to present, and I don't have that list. Hold on a second. I'm going to need to do an architectural redesign. Card image layer. It's a little tricky because I've got these dependency properties. But the idea is I want to use, essentially what I'm talking about is using the composite design pattern to create a group of these. Rather than just right now, we're just kind of doing this thing where we have these alternates list.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the alternates list is that we don't have our own self on that list. I could fix that. Here, let's maybe fix that. Okay, I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit on this, just in the interest of time. Right. Crazy stuff going on here. Right here, I'm going to say alternates dot add this. Okay, so we're going to put ourselves on that list. I think that also means we're going to need we're going to need to we're going to need an alternates property on this thing right there. Okay. All right. So I think we're good with those changes there. Let's add the XAML. So right here underneath layers, there's my list box. I guess I'm going to do another list box. That'll be alternates.
Is it all? Well, hang on. Have you now changed? I missed it, whether you've included the current item in alternates. Because if not,
I have.
then it's not actually alternates. These are, I guess, options, aren't they? Mind you, no. I guess you can still have the current one.
The name. I see what you're saying. The name alternates doesn't match the contents anymore because I'm adding myself to the list.
Yeah.
I'm trying to add myself to the list so I can then give my list as a data source to something else, so I can.
Which is
populate
good.
it.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I'm going to keep going. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going with this path. There's my alternates right there, and we'll do nothing with it other than just create it. Then when we do a selection changed up here, I want to come in and I want to say, set a breakpoint here. We're going to say if card layer dot alternates is not null, I might as well give it a count to make sure its count is over 0. Then we're going to set the visibility of this guy. Oh, no, it didn't find LV alternates. Oh, because I have to restart the app, because it's, it's got it now. I didn't continue, can't find it. All right, then I'm going to say set the visibility is equal to visibility.visible. I'm going to have an else right here, and I'm going to set it to collapse. Then I'm also going to come in and I'm going to say alternates.data or item source is equal to card image layer.alternates.
Yep. That's good.
Let's do that. There you go. Okay.
Nice.
Left side, there's only one option in there. Corner, we've got some. We got some embossed tail, right?
Yep. So now we just need to pick up on the selection in this second list box and set the specific current alternate on the parent item to that value.
All right, I cheated to get here, and I got a problem.
Yeah?
I do. Because the parent is just, it's like the embossed tail, for example, right? The parent is the child, right?
Oh.
And so to go find, whoever's got to reference that and change it doesn't really make sense. The other problem that we're facing with this architectural-wise is that the card image layer is got these dependency properties up here, which means if I'm going to create essentially a descendant of this that's going to be able to hold multiples, it's got to be able to swap out the X property and get the right one. I don't know. I'm torn between do I continue to cheat, suffering architectural problems, or
I guess the worry at this point is that there's a certain level of swatting. There's a certain level of pain that you're going through now. There's a point perhaps where that pain increases as a result of architectural decisions. Now, if we think it's unlikely to happen, then fair enough. We can continue existing at this level. If we think it's going to get worse, we might be better heading that off ahead of time.
I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a smart way to do this. Part of the problem is that we've got binding properties. We're binding properties to these dependency properties. Yeah, and so there's a little bit of challenge there. I'm inclined to continue the shortcut cheating approach on this. See just how far we get and see how bad it gets.
Okay.
So let's do that. See if we can make this work. Okay, so we want to get a selection change. It's not good. I can't. I'm like, when I think, okay, so what happens when we select one of the children? How do we replace the parent with its child and still keep all the children in it? It gets messy.
Yeah.
This is exactly why the composite design pattern was, created. The problem is I've never done a composite with the dependency properties, and I'm really thinking we're going to have a problem there, or it's going to be a lot of code. Could there be another way to solve this? I think there's another way to solve this. Okay, I think I got a way out of this, but it's going to take some slight re-architecting here.
All right.
Let's see what we got over here. That's where we want to go to. So right now, we've got this call to add alternate.
Yes.
I want to decouple this from the layer. I don't want it to have its own children. I want to create something else. I want to create a new class here. I'm going to call this alternate something. Card image layers, maybe? Like that. Then, what I'm going to do, this feels like it's going to be a little bit better. Yeah, I think this is going to be better. Yeah, okay, I'm getting it. All right, so what we're going to do down here is, if we're in this point, then we want to create the alternates. So we're going to say new that, declare it, alternate card image layers, that's fine. This add alternate is now gone. We're going to delete alternates. Let's go find that property. Get rid of that. Getting rid of this. Getting rid of that. Okay, this is a little bit better. Then we're going to come down here. Let's see. Maybe we actually need it here. Here we're going to do this. We're going to say this dot add dot card layers. Whoops. This dot card layers dot add, and we're going to add in the existing layer, and we're going to also add in the card image layer as well. And hold on, existing layer is not null. If existing layer dot alternate card layers equals null. So we're kind of moving that code out here, but we're creating a separate class. The code that was in there, we're moving it out a little bit. I do think it's going to help us. And then we're going to say, we'll do it this way. Alternate card layers is equal to that. Can't rename it. Let's declare it first, then we'll rename it. Card layers is what? Is that? It's public. Oh, it's got a private setter. What is my problem here? It's an object. Oh, it didn't catch the type. That's interesting. Sure didn't. Okay. All right, so there's that. Then we're going to do this. And we're going to say existing layer dot, wait, sorry. Then we're going to say, I had these mixed up, sorry. Okay, so if the existing layer has no alternates, we're going to add alternates and then add the existing layer to those alternates list. Then, but if it does exist, or regardless, we're going to go in and say add the card image layer to that alternates list as well. And then the last thing we need to do is say card image layer dot alternates is equal to the shared alternates list. Okay? And so now we've kind of solved this problem in a less or greater than crappy way. Is what we've done.
Yes.
Better than really bad. Good. Better than really bad? That's like our motto on this show, I think.
Better than it was. It's an improvement. We may make other improvements later, but this is better than it was.
Yeah, it's better than it was. So I think that's good. Now, that alternates is going to, we need to fix the, we need to come over here and fix this over here. So if the alternates is not null, and alternates dot card layers dot count is greater than really 1, I think, not 0. I guess no, it'll only be greater than 0 if there's 2. So in other words, this will always be, if there's only 1 found, this will always be null. So if that's the case, then we're going to come in there and we're going to say the item sources equal alternates dot card layers, like that. Okay. That's, I think, good. Now, then, we need to re-add the image. We need to insert the image at the right spot when that value gets changed on the alternates. Do I have something on that yet? I don't think I have an event handler on that yet. Let's see if we can get that in there. So we're going to say selection changed. Create a new event handler for that. Okay, this is where we kind of need to reinsert. There's a lot of background noise rumble. Thanks, Coding Gorilla. I don't hear it so loudly, but it could.
I suspect that might be. Yeah. That's gone now, as far as I can tell.
Sounds like the music volume came up when we deleted all that, too.
Yeah.
How's that, Coding Gorilla? All right. Okay, there's my selection change. Figure that out. Let's just get to this point here. It's not the drone, Surly. It's the CodeRush dot. It's got those loud engine noises, I think. When we undock the CodeRush thing, I think those engine noises are, even when it's idling, it's kind of loud.
I want to say it's still there. I think the music came up.
Let me turn off the music. I think you're right.
It's like a kind of a wind sort of a noise.
Yeah, let me refresh the drone game. That was it.
There we go.
I wonder if we had a second drone somehow, that thought it was still around. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's see here. Here we go. All right, we've got corner hand, corner worm. And we got a clip. This box, you know the name of it. Selected item. If this selected item is card image layer, see how we're doing? Looking good. Now we need to insert this in the right position. Now, up here, we've got a selected item up here too. Let's step into that. Okay, good. So now we've got a selected layer and a card image layer.
Yep.
You know, maybe I should call this alternate or something like that. The selected layer is going to tell us where to put the image. So what we have to do I think we have to do two things. I think we have to replace the selected layer in the in what is it? It's in card layer manager dot card layers. So we need to replace it and we need to, similarly, we need to replace the image on the canvas with the new image. That's what we have to do. So, those are the two things. I'm going to say replace the card layers is, I think, just a list. It's a generic list, isn't it? It is. Okay, so I'm going to say card manager, replace layer, selected layer with the card image layer. Let's call this maybe new image layer. Let's try that. Okay. First thing I want to do is check to see if they're the same. And we're out. Okay, so now we've got corner hand. We want to replace it with the corner worm. Okay. So we need to, I think we want to get the index of the one we're replacing. Card layers dot index of selected layer. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get that bit of code. All right, so we've got an index. So now what we want to do, I got to remove at. Let's do that. Let's do remove at the index of existing, and then followed immediately by card layers dot insert new image layer. At the index of existing. That takes care of the first step. Now, we need to, there is a selected layer has got an image property in it, doesn't it? It's private. So I'm going to call remove image. Do I want to do this? The tricky part here is now, how do we get the images out and back in? The images are all stacked up inside of, let's go find the canvas. I think we only have one of those. Not true, there's a couple. Here we go. They're all stacked up inside CVS layers. I gotta delete all images. What's that code look like? Here's what we're going to do. I think I'm going to come into where we were, and I'm going to say, I'm going to add a new parameter here. And I'm going to pass in the CVS layers parameter to the canvas. I'm going to restart it. Because this has already stepped into it. Set a breakpoint here. Get to this point. Run. Still with me, Rory? Oh, did I lose Rory? No, I got
No,
you.
you see, I apparently lent on the mute of my microphone. I was here.
You're probably saying
sadly,
all kinds of great things, weren't you?
I'm just going to claim that all of the content I've been adding was awesome.
Okay. So here we
We'll
go.
believe that, right?
I'm going to come in here, click on point tail.
Yep.
Like that. And we're going to get into replace. I think I got a breakpoint in there. All right. So now we're here. This is I think I want something like this. If selected layer dot image matches, you want to pass in that child. That's what I want to do.
Okay.
And let's go declare that. We say return UI elements equals image. Okay. Oops. Lowercase u. Okay. So there, then child remove that. That's what I want. So let's come back up here and do a run, and cool, we found it. So now that we know that, I'm going to add a break right here, and I want to do one more thing. Is I want to say canvas.children.add, and I want to add the image from the new image layer.
Yeah.
And I think I want to do just called create image from it, because I think it's going to build its own image. I think that's fair. And I don't want add, I want insert, and I want that to also be at I. And if everything works the way I'm hoping it's going to work, let's come back up into here. We'll run. There we are. So now we're going to do remove at, followed by an insert, putting it in the exact same spot, breaking, moving at, following by an insert here. Notice we're at different points. I was at 9. Here, I's only at 2. Right here. Card layers remove that. Card layers insert. Holy cow, did we get our way out of this mess? Did it work? Let's turn off this and see if it's actually working. It is not working. What?
Oh. That seemed like it was set for some success there.
Something I'm missing. It's like it took away bookmark's ability. If I say show me only the bookmark,
Yeah.
there's nothing being shown now. Corner's got it. So just, oh, that worked.
Is it because there's nothing initially set?
Oh, it's interesting. It switched, the corner switched to worm
Oh.
and then left us. Because nothing's initially set, I'm wondering if we're not updating. So let's click away and come back here and see what we got here. The corner switched to the worm. Let's go away and come back. It's not saving it. We're not remembering that it's the worm. We're not storing that. You need to store that somewhere. So that problem is a secondary problem. I'm sorry, Roy. I was thinking out loud and talking, and I missed. I think I missed something that you said. You had a
No, I think you're right. It was just I was wondering if there had been an initial set of data set. So we've effectively redirected our understanding of which is the current value. But when you initially load up, I was wondering whether we had an initial value because we'd not yet selected anything from the second list box.
Yeah, so
but I think that's all right.
So interestingly enough, when I switch on worm, I can see it, but I can't manipulate it. So I think we're missing something. I was thinking by changing the list in the layer manager, by calling replace, the layer manager, pretty sure it's the item source is here. So that's in card layers. We may, I don't know if we need to do an on-property change here or not. I don't think we do because it's in a binding list, I think is what it is. Oh, it's not. Let's change that type to a binding list. See if that helps us. Let's run. Gotcha. Oh no. Is there two binding lists in here by chance? Can I do a new binding list? Is that going to work for me? Nope, no change. No change in behavior. So I get one change and then they stop changing. So yeah, all right. So it's not the binding list issue. Still, yeah, the problem is I don't quite exactly know where the problem is here. Let me see what's going on with create new image. Calls to that.
Listen.
Just doing there. Listen. Probably don't need to
cutting
be
bullet.
extra to list at the end there. Thanks. I wasn't sure if I did or not. Let's go back and find that. Right there. Thanks. Oh. Is it because we're not running though? Nope, it looks like I do need it. Okay. There may be a different call, but I'm going to do the two lists, and so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not super worried. Should be good now. Okay. I just don't think this is going to do this. I don't think it's going to. I was just seeing, do we have the on property change here? We don't. Yeah, I'm not quite getting this yet. The we need to look inside in some way. Let's switch it back to layer name a second. So skeleton hand, corner, hand. If I click on this, does this change to worm? It does. So look at that, Rory. It is actually changing.
Yeah.
But now when I wait, why is
And now
it
you got that
working
back.
now? What?
Cool.
So just to be very clear. Okay, but now it's not doing it anymore. So wait, why is that? Let's go look at the code. Let's go. It might be something really simple, like right in here. One of these might be failing. Let's see what's happening here. Yeah, layer LB cards layers that selected item. I think we need to do this. I think I know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do. I think we need to do set selected item equal to the new image layer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think that could be the key to solving this. Look at that.
Yeah. It's like the old one ceases to be selected, but because we weren't selecting a new one, it was then null the second time around, so nothing could really operate.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, cool.
That's
Let's
good.
clean this up now. Let's go back to display name. All right, that was not as bad as I was thinking it was going to get. I'm so glad we got out of that fast. Okay, so that's going to be display name. Then down in, where's the other one? This is right underneath it. Alternates. Let's get a data template in here. I don't actually want... I want something a little bit close to it. I don't need these. and the display name for these, I want to say, I think I need something, another property here, like alternate name is what I think I need. Let's see, go look at each layer. It's over here. It's this one. Display name is everything before. I don't have an everything after. So I'm going to create a new property called alternate name. I'm going to set that equal to this dot everything after. We call the trim. I'm trying to remember, do I get layer for category? Category. The category is everything before. Isn't this category details? I'm just trying to understand this code here. This code looks identical to the code that determines what the category is.
Right. Yeah, it does.
Okay. So if that's the case, then let's just assign the category
Assign it
to it.
category. Yep.
To it, and then let's go into create this alternate name. It's going to be everything after. Trim it, declare it. That coders gives me the on property changed automatically. Okay, there's my alternate name for that. And then I think all I need is to use that over here. See if that works. I just want to kind of clean this up a little bit.
Sure.
Also got a problem here, something new that we've added. Notice it's marking this as changed.
You had that issue yesterday. How did you clear it up then?
I did a breakpoint on when the dirty flag was set, and then checked
Okay.
out the call stack and figured out what was going on. So it was a little bit like that. Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Items collection must be empty before using item source. What is this exception? I hate it when I see something and I don't understand it, and then I hope for an inner exception and it's empty. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
Greg,
mean, I don't know. From what it's saying, is there both literally? I mean, there are two properties, items and item source, and are we assigning one, which is normally for, I don't know, non-dynamic things? Here is just a set list of facts,
I
and
think
then
you're
we're
right.
trying to use this one in addition.
I think you might be right.
So somewhere there's an lb alternatives.items being set to something.
I didn't do anything like that, did I? For the alternate data template. I don't even need this, actually. I don't even need the grid in here right now. So yeah, I don't understand what's going on with that. Let's go in and say LB alternates dot items dot clear. Is that really the fix to this? Okay, I'm stunned, but that's apparently the operation is not valid while item source is in use. Wow, what is going on? I'm really confused about this. So item source is equal to null. I feel like this is the wrong fix.
No. Try tab to next reference on the items reference there. See if we're actually setting it somewhere. Because clear will take whatever collection is there and empty it, but it won't remove the collection.
Now, the tab to next reference is going to find all the items properties of that type.
Okay.
I can.
We can do
Tab to next
shift to
reference
12, get references to assignments.
I'm
Maybe?
going to do just LB alternates like this. Look,
Okay.
it's only here, here, and here. There's something weird about the about adding the data template to it.
Mm.
I don't get it, but this feels like that's going to be the fix. Is this the weirdest thing you've ever seen? I don't understand it, but I'm kind of like, all right, so corner, why aren't we seeing hand and worm here? Did I use the wrong? Alternate name, should be what we're seeing. Let's see what the deal is with alternate name. See if we're the breakpoint here. Embossed tail. Well, point tail, ribbon tail, stem, hand, worm, skeleton hand. What's going on down here? Is the date template not working? It's not working. That's my problem. That's why we're having these other issues, Roy.
Okay. Just not embedded in the right place. It's strange though, isn't it, that you don't get some kind of feedback to tell you, oh, hang on, you really should have this in something sensible.
Yeah. Okay, that means this, all of this code isn't needed. Right there.
That's good.
All right.
Because that really did feel like a bit of a hack, didn't it?
Yeah, it was not feeling good. The drone's pinned to the left there. Hey, look who's here! Alright, we're good here. Let's clear that. Let's run it. And now we should see this work the way it is. There we go. Hand and worm are there.
There we go.
Bookmark, embossed tail, whatever there, we can do a hue shift on it. You can take that tail, move it left or right, like wherever we want to put it. Oh, this looking good there. It is right there. Kind of needs to be in that darker place of the stripe right there. But yeah, you can kind of play with it a little bit. Change the color of that, etc., etc. All right, so that's cool. Let's go figure out this bug right here. Why is that?
Yeah.
I think we'll do that. The other thing I don't like is why is this so freaking wide down here? Or is it because it's stretching out to match this?
In which case, why is the other one not?
I think because I said it auto. I said it's with
Oh,
auto.
okay.
Is what I think. All right, so now what we need is we need to trace that down. So something is being marked as dirty in the process of just loading it up. Let's go find our. There's something in here. Load. Anything with load cards and layers. Remembering what the code looks like. I just don't remember the file that it's in. Well, we could do this. How many bots does Surly Dab have?
He has a fleet. It's a surly fleet.
I can answer that question. He's got about...
What's where? We see no drones.
All right, let's go trace my way back here. Add layer, add core layers. Okay, here we go. Load new style. So load new style, that's going to happen Select card. Yeah, it's kind of happening in this space, I think. So let's see if let's save. I'm going to save everything. And I'm going to click here. And now we want to check to see is the card dirty or not. Is dirty is false. Let's call load new style. Actually, before we do that, let's go find that is dirty property. And I want it, I think, up here in track property changes. I want to set it here. No, I want it here. Now, here's the deal. If the value is the same that we return, we've already verified that it's false.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to run this thing. If we get to here, that means we're setting it to true.
Yes.
Continue.
Well, there you go.
Details on property change display name. Okay. It's right in here.
So this is when we're setting it up in the first place, which does make sense. You kind of need a... I'm initializing, don't list anything as dirty. I'm giving you the data from external source, rather than it's being changed from within the app.
I agree.
I guess this is a side effect of using a rather clever technique, in fairness, of effective property notification. Anytime anything changes, we get notified and we mark it as dirty. We just forgot to take account of the fact that we need to initialize these values in the first place. Alternatively, after we have done our initialization, can we just tell it to not be dirty? To be clean, so to speak?
We kind of can. I have, inside track property changes, I've got begin update and end update.
Right.
Well, what are my descendants from this thing? Card is a descendant. So if I got an access to card, I should be able to... Let's go look at the call stack. Where do we have a reference to card? Select card. Yeah, it's right where my breakpoint is. I'm going to load new style. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it. I'm going to clear this. And I'm going to trigger it again.
Okay.
And this time I'm going to come in and say card.begin update. This, I'm going to do a try finally block, and I'm going to call card.end update. That's going to prevent the field from changing. So run.
That's good.
Run, and now I think we fixed the bug. Is what I think just happened. So let's save everything and then click on one, and now yeah, the bug is fixed.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it is nice. We're now getting to a point where it's starting to look better. It's starting to look better.
I think you've got to look at all those elements in tandem. In every combination they come up and say they're looking pretty professional. They're overlaid in the right place, they're at the right depth, there's the right number of alternatives, and you can easily change those alternatives. You can move the X and Y on the appropriate items, you can change the colors on the contrast, all of those things, and create a really nice variety of cards.
Yeah.
It's very intuitive as well.
The next thing I need to do, yeah, in fact, I really love what's happening here with the placeholder. This placeholder, no wait, the plaque right there, the plaque. This thing is like, I'm just cranking up the contrast of that and, you know, bringing the darkness down a little bit.
Yeah.
It really, you get these kind of very cool, different looks. What I want to do though is I want to get to a point where we can randomly generate good-looking versions of these. For example, the leaf, maybe
Right.
we might have constraints on where we're going to, are we just going to give this wide open, any hue shift? Or are we
I
going,
mean,
or are we
I'm with you.
or are we going to say, I want to be able to limit this when we're randomly generating these to a particular range? And that's
My
what
question on that is, how do you give a set of parameters that is, shall we say, good? Because you might argue that hue shift should only go between point A and point B, but in combination with some level of saturation, it feels like a very fuzzy definition of good. Do you know what I mean? If it was just
Yep.
one thing, we could say outside of this range is bad, but actually outside of that range might be okay as long as you're within a range somewhere else on this other attribute.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about something like that where I can set up rules. I'm just not exactly sure how I'm going to solve that just yet. But also, I want to create, the other idea I had, I just realized I had this in my sleep, is I want to create descendant, child-like layers, where one layer is essentially parented in another. So what I want to do is I want to take, see the outside right here, this little ring around the gem? I want that to be parented to the gem layer. So when I move one, I move the other, but I can independently control the shift, the color adjustment on one versus the other.
So one is relative to the other rather than relative to the whole.
Yeah, I want to do that. But I think that, look, with a couple, when we set up the parameters, at the very least we say, okay, look, for a particular card style, these are the parameters that are acceptable for generation. Those drone explosions are loud, says Fred.
They are.
All right, I got to figure that out. I got to solve that problem. I'm going to make a note to myself. Drone explosions are loud. Drone sounds are too loud. Thanks for the feedback on that, guys. Okay, the other thing I want to do, so anyway, this parenting idea is something I want to do. I need to be able to load the file for the placeholder. I think I'm going to do that next, since we've just figured out how to replace something. So let's do that. I do like this though. Being able to move this, move the gem as well. Kind of move these in the right spot. That's kind of cool. Hey, Flip Creations, you come with instructions. Are your instructions rar?
What an unusual set of instructions that we could not possibly have predicted from you.
Yeah. Okay. The worm too. I want to look at the worm. The worm is also similarly cool. I like too that I can kind of, move it, up and down, get it kind of in the right spot, and give it a slightly different look. Yeah.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Yeah.
That's because the text is on top. We might need to decide to change that. Now my instructions are flavscarable. Rarable. Okay.
I'm just going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes to that as well. Okay, let's get it so we can load something up. Placeholder. I think I want to get a button that's similar to the style button. Let's see if we can find it. ETN style. Nope. Must be layer style is what I call that. Card style picker. It was messy. All right, so there's my button card style with the context menu and the triggers. That's kind of what I'm looking for the ability to load up. All this button, load spell image. Pick spell. I think I've got a bigger problem. I think that should fix it. What's my problem? I think it's good, but cannot find a framework with name button style, button card style picker. I don't see button card style picker in this code anywhere. All right, let's stop. Let's see if it runs now. Okay. So the code was okay. Spell image is now here. Okay, cool. Alright. Set a breakpoint there. Let's go back out to the other one. What are we doing in this? Mouse down. Doing something like this. Alright, let's see what we got here. I don't want that menu. I want the menu pick spell. Add spell menu items. This is not going to be recursive, I think. And I don't really need to get the directories either. I need to go somewhere else for my spell menus. Where are my spell menus? My spell icons, I mean, they're all here. Let me copy that to the clipboard. Let's come in here. I don't like that song. Spell folder. Okay, here's my spell folder. Then we want to say this.get files. I'm going to say .png, or maybe I don't. Is there a second one? Path and then search pattern. Maybe I'll do the search pattern separately. You've got to remove 20 buttons from your Stream Deck. Okay. All right, so there it is, spell folder, PNG. These are going to be my files. And then we're going to say add spell elements. Like that. And we're going to do something like for each file. In files, we want to say We want to say create a new menu item, I think.
Yep.
We want to set its header equal to system.io.path.get file name without extension, passing in file, and then I think we want to say tag is equal to file, like that, and we want to declare a local for that, and then we want to send items.add menu item, like that. Is that going to work?
That seems fair.
For the breakpoint. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Let's set an event handler for that. Hey Sully, can I please have some flowers? So, well, okay, if Fred's asking, Surly, you better help out. The Surly Garden command. All right, let's do this. We need to do this again. Bring this up. Now we're going to say, hey, menu item dot what's it? Click. This equals to that. We want to call this add spell image item click, and we're going to come down here and we're going to say if sender is menu item. Then we want to say we want to go get say the file name is equal to menu item dot tag string, and then we want to say if not null. Maybe I better really want to do this. So if is string file name and not null. So you missed a spot. You missed a spot, Surly, like right there. It's pretty clear. Let's set a breakpoint right here. Let's run through that. All right, so erupting earth, now we got it, and we got a file name that says erupting earth. Cool. I really don't like that menu blocking the middle of this. Well, that thing's right up there. Okay, so we have the image. We now have to go find the placeholder, is what we need to do. The code's going to be something like this. Replace image in placeholder. And passing file name. All right, so we're going to declare that. Let's flatten it conditional. Flatten this conditional as well. Sorry for the squiggly lines. Let's put a breakpoint here. Let's at least get rid of the squiggly lines by coming in and grabbing one of these. All right, now that should give me the squiggly lines are going away. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, now we got to find the placeholder. I almost think this is in the wrong spot. I think it should go in the card layer manager.
Yeah.
Oh, I just typed in the whole thing out of the below here. All right, let's clear that. Just gonna write the code before the squiggly lines catch up and make it hard. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the squiggly lines here. I'm not. I get it, but their contrast is way too high. I can't set a breakpoint here. All right, I'm going to kill this for a second so we can write some code without all of this obstruction in the way. All right, we've got these card layers here. And we want to check to see if the...
I don't know if you heard that at all, Mark. That's unfortunately my alarm telling me I am a little late.
Okay.
I'm going to have to disappear on you for this week.
All right, buddy.
But I will be back Tuesday.
Thank you, my friend.
We'll see
I
you
really
then.
appreciate the help.
It's my pleasure entirely, Mark. I will see you soon, all right?
All right. Talk to you later.
You have a good one.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Rory. It's the Bye, Rory song. Everybody's waving goodbye. All right. That was a party. Okay. So I think it's it's good to hear. Okay, we found the placeholder. We've got the new file name. I'm going to write code with this obnoxious stuff over on the right side here. I think I want. I think we need the canvas. Yeah, I think I'm going to need the canvas. That's what I think I'm going to need. I'm gonna... So what I think we need to do here is say image is equal to create image. We need to change the file name. We need to go through the canvas, the children. We need to say, hey, if canvas.children of I equals image, so if we find it, then we're going to say canvas.children.remove at I. Then we're going to say canvas.children.insert at I, the image. At all. Then we need to break, get out of there. I think that's potentially it. I feel like there's something else we're doing with that create image that we're storing or doing something with it for data context somewhere, but let's see if it works, and if it looks like it's working, then we won't think too hard about that. If Julie's not digging the EDM songs, you can change it, buddy. Switch over to rock. Let me dodge, and then I'll switch to rock. Oh, you changed the funk. Okay, I didn't see that. Okay, we're running. All right, so spell image, beacon of hope, in the breakpoint, call and replace image, set a breakpoint here and here, so which one we hit. Okay, we get inside, moving, creating a new image. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. There's a problem with the size of it. Go to the placeholder. There's a problem with the size and the positioning of it. The problem occurs, I think, when we call create image. Create image goes with the pixel width and height. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to pass in two optional parameters here. Nope, double. Override width, set it equal to -1. Override height, set that also equal to -1. Then we're going to come in here and say if override width is greater than 0 and override height is also greater than 0, things like that. I guess we go with 0 instead of -1 for these. Okay. So if they're both over 0, then we're going to go ahead and set those there. That is going to impact the width and height of the image times whatever the scale is. So I think that's going to be good. So now what I want to do is down here in create image, is I want to come in and pass in image dot width and image dot height. Are these not doubles? Nope, they look okay. I think that might do it. See if that works. That looks like that worked. If we isolate just the placeholder, you can see it's perfect. It's showing it. Let's go in. Nice. Okay, cool. Should also make it so that when we load one of these, we change the card text to match the spell image text. If we do that, let's do that too. About right there, I think, is where we're looking for that code to go. Astral projection. It's so obnoxious. Let's run it a second, get rid of the menu. Let's bring this over to the side. Bring that up one more time. Reward. Okay. So now what I want to do is go into system.io.path. Nope. Path dot get file name without extension. We're going to call this the spell name, and then we're going to say active card dot name. No. Text is equal to spell name, I think is what we're going to do. Now let's see if that works. And run. Nice. Blade Ward. Bark Skin, sweet. Bestow Curse. I love it. And now with like a little bit of modifications here, you start to see how easy or hard it would be to randomly kind of generate a different look. If we're doing Blight, for example, I might come in here and say, let's go with, what is it, Epic? There you go. Come back over here. Looks like we do lose that. There we go, switch to Blight there. Now we've got something that's kind of cool. Now, all right, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. We've got a lot of the, first of all, we're getting something that looks pretty cool in terms of the look of this. We make slight adjustments here. Right, so use the placeholder. Very cool stuff. Okay, it's my time. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break and go get some lunch, but we'll end this for today. But it's not bad. I'm thinking also, the only other, I'm thinking these optional pieces, I'm thinking I might just turn them off by default when we load these up. So they'll come in loaded up in the off position here. Let's change that. I like how it remembers. I'm wondering if we should change that. It's remembering the off position for point tail, but the other ones are still on. Let's see. Yeah, let's do this. We'll go ahead and we'll end the show, and let me get a raid going up here, and I'm going to get some lunch. And thanks everybody for hanging out with us today. But we're well on our way to having massively generated, unique looking images. That's kind of where we're going. Let's see who's out there that we can raid to. I'm going to send you to Oh Bother. I like that guy. Thanks, Coding Gorilla. Thanks for your help. Thanks, Surly, for all the fun today. And have a good rest of your day. See you tomorrow.